Hi guys, Commander here. Welcome to the F1 2016 career mode today, and we'll be doing the Malaysian Grand Prix today. The 16th round of the season in the Sepang International Circuit. Here we are on the upgrade page where I think we've done enough, so I don't know what to upgrade for the next few races. So Singapore is downforce, but I don't know what to upgrade. And I also can't be bothered really to upgrade, so we're going to stop R&D for season 1 of this career mode. So we won't get any upgrades. We won't be able to do any upgrades for next season until next season, and we get a 25% resource points for a bonus apparently. So we're going to stop R&D for season 1 here in just in Malaysia. This is around the time when we do stop R&D. So here are qualifying goals for the Malaysian Grand Prix. We're going to need to qualify 9th or higher. Make sure we qualify above Max Verstappen and beat our teammate Romain Grosjean. So let's hope it's a good qualifying as we head into qualifying now for the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Sit back and put your feet up as we head into qualifying here in Kuala Lumpur. Over the next few minutes, we'll find out who's got pace in the car and who hasn't.
So here we are for qualifying for the Malaysian Grand Prix here in the Sepang International Circuit, which is at the end of the season in 2016, of course. Here we are with Nico Rosberg in the Mercedes. I'm not sure what car that is ahead of him, but he's coming onto the back straight now with DRS open, I think. So he's got 24.242 for the first sector and a 33.280 for the second. So he is currently 4th quickest in the speed trap. So now here he comes around the final corner. DRS open across the line, and he does a 136.9 to go provisional pole so far. Here is Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari, which became fastest after Ferrari did some upgrades in Singapore to become the fastest team of the season, or just the team with the most performance. Become the fastest now, but Sebastian Vettel goes second with a 137.000. That's precision at its best there. So now here comes Kimi Raikkonen in the other Ferrari coming into the final corner. Can he get pole or can he be second? Here he comes around the final corner, he crosses the line and he does a 136.8, which puts him on provisional pole. Kimi Raikkonen goes on to provisional pole ahead of Nico Rosberg. So the Ferrari has some pace here with 500ths faster than Rosberg there. So Vettel is 1/10 behind with a 137.000. That is such a great sounding time. So yeah, Vettel, it's a Raikkonen on provisional pole, then it's Rosberg, then Vettel at the moment the top 3. Grosjean's currently in 4th, I think it was, or 5th. Here we go out on track for our first run here in Malaysia. We go a little bit wide out of the pit exit there, so let's see what will happen. Let's see where we qualify. I hope we qualify well here in Malaysia. Coming onto turn 3 and onto turn 4. And now skipping to the end of our first lap here in Malaysia. We come onto the straight now, coming towards the final hairpin, braking down into second gear. Hitting the apex nicely, coming up with DRS open now onto the pit straight. Where are we going to be for this Malaysian Grand Prix, the first run? We're going to cross the line in 4th, 3/10 off Kimi Raikkonen on provisional pole at the moment, 37.2 for us. We will go 4th fastest. That is not too bad. It's not too bad. could be worse, but 4th isn't too bad. I think we're around there in terms of pace this weekend. But interestingly enough, in the 3rd practice session, we actually went into 2nd, and the game predicted us to be on pole. And we are nowhere near pole at the moment, so yeah. I don't think the game's got this right. Don't think it's got it completely right. We're like 3/10 off pole, you know, yeah. Like 3/10 off pole. So now, here we are back in the pits. To go on to a new set of tyres for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Here is Nico Rosberg once again, coming into the hairpin. He is currently in 3rd, but is he going to go back into pole position? Here he comes into the final corner. Rosberg with DRS open. Comes into the final corner. He goes on provisional pole with a 136.7. That that puts him 1/10 faster and ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. But now, into the final corner for our fastest lap in this session. There is Sebastian Vettel ahead of us. Here we go, DRS open, starting our lap now, as Vettel crosses the line to go provisional pole with a 1:36.677. Vettel now on provisional pole, so Ferrari are clearly the fastest car here, as now we are behind Vettel as we head into turn 1 and 2. Brake, we do it very nicely there. Heading into turn 3. And now coming up the hill into turn 4. Braking down into second gear maybe? Into turn 4? Yeah, I think we did. Into turn 4 there. And now we're right behind Sebastian Vettel here into turn 5. We just, I think we just got blocked a bit here there by him, so didn't lose that much time. But now coming into the double right-hander at turn 7 and 8. And now coming onto the mini straight, coming to turn 9. The sun, by the way, is reflecting, so because it's in sunset in Malaysia, it's the sun is quite bright, you know, so it's pretty good, I think. It's the usual weather in Malaysia, so well, not sunny isn't usual, but anyway, coming to turn 11 and into turn 12, which is not flat in career mode grip, so yeah. Coming into turn 14, the worst corner of all time on the track. And now coming onto the kilometre-long straight with DRS open, the back straight. And coming down towards the final corner, where we're going to be on this fastest lap. Here we go, into the hairpin now. We're going to be coming into this corner with DRS open. Here we come onto the final corner, onto the straight, and we cross the line with a 1:36.9, going 5th fastest there. So pretty good for us there. In this Malaysian Grand Prix, we go into 5th. And let's hope we stay in 5th, and we do stay in 5th, so the qualifying results of this Malaysian Grand Prix. We have Kimi Raikkonen on pole position for Ferrari. It's a Ferrari 1-2 here in Malaysia for the first time. It's the first non-Mercedes pole since Monaco, where I took pole. So Kimi Raikkonen takes pole for Ferrari ahead of his teammate Sebastian Vettel, Nico Rosberg in 3rd, Lewis Hamilton in 4th, then it's me in 5th, and Daniel Ricciardo in 6th, then Romain Grosjean qualifies in 7th, which is quite decent for him there. Max Verstappen goes into 8th place, Valtteri Bottas in 9th, Sergio Perez and Jenson Button, Fernando Alonso, Felipe Massa, Nico Hulkenberg, Carlos Sainz, Daniel Kvyat, Rio Haryanto, Marcus Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein, Jolyon Palmer, Kevin Magnussen and Felipe Nasser, I think the last two were. And now here are our resource points after qualifying for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Because we obviously didn't do Q1 and 2, so yeah. We got 73 resource points. 73 resource points to go into 1,341. And our rivalry update with Max Verstappen. We are freaking equal with Max Verstappen here. We are ahead of him by 1 point in the rivalry. That is pretty good. And we're still overachieving in the driver position there, so most likely we'll get the achievement there. So let's go now to the race for the Malaysian Grand Prix.
From uncompromising heat to unrelenting storms, you never know quite what you're going to get here in Kuala Lumpur. The inaugural race in 1999 was the last of 4 Grand Prix victories for Northern Ireland's Eddie Irvine. I wonder who'll be adding their name to that history today. 5 lefts and 10 rights make up the 15 corners of Sepang's 3.4-mile circuit, a track where the weather always threatens to play a deciding factor. The drivers will be subjected to forces in excess of 4G and heavy braking zones in 4 of these corners, 2 of which come at the end of DRS zones into turn 1 and to turn 15. And alongside me today to talk you through all that is Anthony Davidson. And welcome again. It's good to be back in Kuala Lumpur, isn't it? A lovely country, Malaysia, lovely circuit, and a race that tends to be quite hard to predict.
Yeah, it does indeed. There are a lot of high-energy corners that make the rear tyres suffer around here. Coupled with the excessive heat, that makes it difficult to keep your tyres in the right operating window. And of course, in previous years, we've come here very early in the season, which throws a potential reliability variable in there as well.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Kimi Räikkönen starts today from pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Rosberg, Hamilton, a Haas, and Ricciardo, Grosjean, Verstappen, Bottas, and Sergio Perez. Button. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we are on the grid for the Malaysian Grand Prix, starting in 5th place. Let's hope this is a good race here in Malaysia as we start the formation lap now. We're behind Hamilton, so we're basically behind the front runners. We're ahead of Ricciardo, who's in 6th, and Verstappen, who qualified in 8th. So Ricciardo obviously qualifies Verstappen. But as you know, he's better than him. So Räikkönen gets pole, obviously at the moment. Oof! We got so close to Rosberg there, so I wonder if we made contact. It wasn't actually Rosberg, it was Hamilton. We got very close to him there. I wonder if we actually touched him or not there. Did we touch him or not? Debate that down in the comments below. As now, here we go onto the pit straight, heading into the final corner. We're going to line up on the grid here in Malaysia to start the 15th round of the season. Let's hope this is a good race here in Malaysia. We line out on the grid now. You can see Räikkönen on the front row of the grid. Vettel in seconds. It's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment here in Malaysia. Well, the Ferrari 1-2 on the grid here in Malaysia. They locked out the front row. Rosberg and Hamilton are in 3rd and 4th. So here we go now for the race for this Malaysian Grand Prix. The 16th round of this career mode. And it's away we go for the Malaysian Grand Prix. We've got a very good start there compared to Lewis Hamilton. We're going to go straight past him, coming down towards turn 1. We've moved up into 4th already, coming into turn 1. We're going alongside Vettel as well into turn 1. We've broken a bit too early into turn 1 there, as we are side by side with Hamilton. Round into turn 1. And we're going to go into turn 2, touching with Hamilton there. We're going to go round the outside, and we're going to take 4th place off the start. So we've immediately taken 1 position, and we move up into 4th place. So, can we challenge Sebastian Vettel now? Coming into turn 4, we got very close to him there, as we are very on the limit with his cars here. So now, are we going to get Sebastian Vettel? As Kimi Räikkönen still leads this race from pole. Rosberg takes 2nd away from Vettel. So, a very interesting start to the Malaysian Grand Prix there. We got past Hamilton and we moved up into 4th. So what is going to happen now? Will Rosberg and Vettel fight it out? Obviously, Ferrari is the fastest car now, so they have the pace to overtake Mercedes. So now, coming onto the final corner. Here we go, into the final corner now. Vettel goes on the inside of Rosberg. Is he going to get this move done here? He does. Vettel gets the move done on Rosberg. But now, is Rosberg going to get some DRS now? Well, actually, no, DRS is available. Why did I say that? Here we go. Rosberg gets some slipstream. He goes to the inside into turn 1. We had a little look on both of them. But Rosberg is going to go on the inside of Sebastian Vettel. Coming to turn 1. Here we go into turn 2, but they're still side by side, they're still wheel to wheel. But now Rosberg does squeeze past Vettel into turn 3. But now we're going to go on the inside of Sebastian Vettel, now coming into turn 4. And we get into the podium places, but now we're going to go up the inside of Rosberg. And we're going to get 2nd place. We've moved up to 3rd as we got past Sebastian Vettel. But now, can we get past Nico Rosberg? That's the big question. Here we go into turn 5 and 6. Coming into turn 7 and 8 now. We are still behind Rosberg, so here is a replay of that battle. Here we go. We just had a little look up the inside there, as Rosberg and Vettel were side by side around turn 1. You can see Kimi Räikkönen way ahead in the lead. Rosberg and Vettel wheel to wheel around turn 1. Their wheels almost 3 wide, but I think it was too dangerous to go 3 wide there. As Rosberg got past Vettel, we went to the inside of Vettel. We were side by side with Vettel, and we got past him into turn 4. We actually had a little look at Rosberg there, but Rosberg held it around the outside, and we did not get 2nd, but we got 3rd, so that's the positive. So now into the final corner on lap 2 of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Rosberg in 2nd at the moment. Räikkönen sets the fastest lap at 1:39.3. As now, we have yellow flags. There's a team radio message saying that Ricciardo has a car problem. Let's check a replay of that. So here we are with Daniel Ricciardo onto the final corner. Here we come onto the pit straight, and he's just chilling around when he gets a puncture on the pit straight there. He gets a front left puncture out of no, from what? From absolutely nothing. He gets a puncture. His tyre just blows up in the middle of the straight. His tyre blows up. His front left tyre explodes on the pit straight. It's just like nothing's happened, and he's just exploded on him. That is so unlucky for Daniel Ricciardo there. That is actually sent out the virtual safety car. So Ricciardo, going very slowly, I would assume, has sent out the virtual safety car here in Malaysia. So can we get second away from Rosberg if we get a good restart to this virtual safety car? Now that we're under virtual safety car conditions, here is a replay of the start of this Malaysian Grand Prix. Rosberg got a very good start there and sailed past Vettel off the start. Ferrari 1-2 obviously on the grid. And now there is Rosberg getting past Vettel. He almost got past Raikkonen on the inside. Here we are side by side with Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton at the inside line into turn 1. Oh, that was a contact. That was quite hard contact there with Lewis Hamilton, but we got past him into 4th. And that was pretty much it from the start of this race. Raikkonen led, Rosberg 2nd, Vettel 3rd, me in 4th. Then Hamilton and Ricciardo Verstappen was the top 7. So Raikkonen obviously, yeah. So interesting start to the Malaysian Grand Prix. We moved up into 4th off the start. We are now into 3rd, and we're going to challenge the 2nd at some point. Trying to get past Rosberg. So here we are at the end of the virtual safety car. Here we go, getting some great traction out of the hairpin. DRS is even available. Can we get past Rosberg here onto the straight? Here we go, slipstreaming Rosberg now, coming into turn 1. Here we go, DRS is wide open. We go to the inside of Nico Rosberg. Are we going to get him to turn 1? We're going to go side by side around turn 1. Yes, we are. We're going to go side by side around turn 1. Rosberg is the inside line into turn 2. Here we go, we're going to get some good traction on Rosberg, but Rosberg holds on to 2nd place. But now we're going to get back on the inside of him coming into turn 4. We're going to go to the inside of him now into turn 4, and we go into 2nd place on the inside. Yes, we do. We get into 2nd place. That's a great battle between me and Rosberg, and it ends up me being in front, and we get up into 2nd place. Now we are challenging the leader, Kimi Raikkonen, who started from pole position. But now here is Rosberg now coming back at us with DRS open, coming into the hairpin. As now we're going into the pits now for our pit stop. So I actually tricked Rosberg there. So now coming into the pits now, Hamilton is in the pits now, so Rosberg's obviously not in the pits. So here we come into the pits with an 80 km/h speed limit. Or it might be actually 60, I don't know. It might be 80. But coming into the pits now. We're going to change on to hard tyres, because hard tyres has less wear, because this track has a lot of tyre wear. The hard tyres is the mandatory tyre, probably, or the required tyre for this track. So in real life it was, in real life with the hard tyre in Malaysia, so it's definitely the right tyre at the moment. So we're onto the hards. Not saying that sounds wrong there. Ooh, a little bit of an oversteering moment there. Never mind about that. We have Marcus Ericsson ahead of us now in the Sauber. He's behind the Renault. We've actually passed Ericsson as we cut on to lap 5 of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Here we go. P14 is our position now. As we head with DRS open, we are trying to get past Jolyon Palmer in the Renault. Here we go, slipstreaming him, and we're going to absolutely shoot past him on the inside, and we get past Jolyon Palmer into 13th place. So we're getting to P13, and we've got the other Renault ahead of us of Kevin Magnussen. So can we get past him on the next lap? We have got some people in the pit lane now. Who are we going to be ahead of? Who is that? That's Nico Rosberg. Are we going to get ahead of Rosberg into turn 1? Yes, we are. Yes. We've gone round the outside of Rosberg, and we've got ahead of him in the pit lane. So we're into effectively 2nd place in this Grand Prix. So we have a chance to win if we catch Raikkonen at a rate of knots that, well, we have the pace to win pretty much. So it's a net second in this Grand Prix. We go up the inside now of Kevin Magnussen. We've got very close with side pod there, and we move up into P7. So onto lap 6 of this Malaysian Grand Prix. A pretty good race so far, not going to lie. We have on lap 8 now, we have the two Manners fighting it out for third place, just because they've pitted. But now, are we going to try and go up the inside of one of them? We're going to dive up the inside of Pascal Wehrlein, and we get into 4th place on Pascal Wehrlein there. And next up is Rio Haryanto. So, this is an interesting race so far here in Malaysia. We're going to try and get past Rio Haryanto now. We're right at the back of him, coming into turn 7 and 8. And we're going to sneak through on the inside. We're going to squeeze through on the inside into turn 8. And we get past Rio Haryanto back into P3. So that's a good move from us there on Rio Haryanto. Well, it was an easy move, to be fair. We got past a Manor, for God's sake, but still. It was a pretty good move. Even if it was a Manor we overtook. Still a pretty good move. Now on to lap 8, and now moving on to lap 9 of the Malaysian Grand Prix. We have Nico Hulkenberg, who is the leader of this race, but he hasn't pitted yet, so he's now pitting, and we are now into second. We are into second as we set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:39.0, as we go into second place in this Malaysian Grand Prix. We are about 3 seconds behind Raikkonen here, so we're going to try and catch Raikkonen. We completely ignore a battle of Rosberg or something. We're trying to catch Raikkonen for P1 now. Onto lap 10, we are 3.9 seconds ahead of Raikkonen now, or behind Raikkonen. 3.9 seconds, the gap to Kimi Raikkonen on lap 11. Can we catch him in the next few laps? We won't catch him to pass him. We won't pass him, but we're just going to go for a little charge on him just to get, just to know that I'm there. So again, half a second in that first sector. 3.4 is now the gap. So we are chasing him down, but we clearly. I'm feeling I'm not hoping for this win. To be fair, I'm just trying to set a fastest lap, but in the process I'm catching Kimi in the process of trying to set a fastest lap. So I was not intending to win the race. I was just trying to get a fastest lap. So moving on to lap 12 of this Malaysian Grand Prix. Yeah, you can see the info of the engineer. We get anywhere 4/10 a lap just because we're trying to set a fastest lap, and he's on old hard as well. Yes, the gap now is I think about 2.9. I think it was last lap. I don't remember. I didn't quite see it. I missed it a bit because I was looking down at the engineer's message. Now, with 3 laps to go, we are catching Kimi at a rate of knots, but I don't think we're going to get him. If this is like a 50% race, I think we would get the win here in Malaysia, but I don't think we are going to get Kimi here. The gap is 2.7, and if we're getting 4/10 a lap, there is no way we're going to get him. If we're getting 2 seconds a lap, yeah, that'll be a different story, but 2.6 seconds is now the gap, so we've actually lost 2/10 on this lap, so we are not going to get Kimi Raikkonen, but we're going to try and get a fastest lap here on the penultimate lap of this Malaysian Grand Prix. We're going to try and settle for second. Second will be a decent enough result for the Haas. Raikkonen is going to probably take his first victory, and the first victory for Ferrari in this career mode, so we are purple in the first sector by 2/10. We are 2.2 seconds behind Kimi Raikkonen, so you never know. We are catching him. We are catching him quite a lot, quite fast actually. Well, not fast, but now into the final corner on the last lap of this Grand Prix. We're going to try and charge to Kimi Raikkonen. We're going to get as close as we can to the Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen. Here we go. 2.3 seconds is now the gap. We've lost another 10th. So we are not going to get him, but we're going to get as close as we can to Kimi Raikkonen. As now coming into turn 4 now, the gap is now 1.9 seconds, 1.996. So we are still purple in the first sector, but we are going to get as close as we can to Kimi before we end this race. So it's just for a fastest lap. Here we go. You can see Kimi ahead, and there's me just sliding about there. Just a little bit of a slide on the exit of turn 6 there. Now to the double right-hander, we are very close to Kimi Raikkonen coming into turn 9. If this is like a 50% race, I would be able to overtake him and win this race. But it's not a 50% race, it's a 25% race. So we're not going to win this race today. But we had a good try at it. We had a good try at it to try and catch Kimi. We had a very, very good try at it. Now into the final corner. It's a special moment for the Ferrari as Kimi Raikkonen wins his first Grand Prix of the season. And we finish in second to get our 5th podium in this season. After Russia, Austria, Germany, and this is our 4th podium. So here in Malaysia.
A great win there.
Sorry, not our 5th podium. So Ferrari celebrate, Maurizio Arrivabene celebrates the first win for Ferrari in the season. Kimi Raikkonen stands on his car to celebrate his win. A special moment for the Ferrari. I really wanted Ferrari to win a Grand Prix in Season 1 of this career mode, but it's happened in the 15th round of the season, or the 16th round of the season, so pretty good there. So Kimi Raikkonen goes onto the top step and celebrates. Finish national anthem will play, but it doesn't do it in these freaking games. We are on the left, obviously in the Haas in 2nd place, and Rosberg finished in 3rd, just a few seconds behind me. So Raikkonen sprays the champagne. That's unrealistic, to be fair, because all Raikkonen does on the podium is he drinks the champagne, doesn't spray it that much. He doesn't really care. He's not even smiling. He's actually smiling as well. Oh my god. So after the Malaysia Grand Prix, the results are Kimi Raikkonen winning by 1.8 seconds. Very close in the end. That gives us some hope for the next few races. We finish in 2nd, Rosberg in 3rd, Sebastian Vettel in 4th, Lewis Hamilton 5th, Felipe Massa in 6th, then Nico Hülkenberg, Valtteri Bottas, Jenson Button, Sergio Perez, Fernando Alonso, Romain Grosjean finishes 12th, Carlos Sainz in 13th, for Toro Rosso, Kvyat in 14th, and Haryanto, Verline, Magnussen, Verstappen in 17th. Nasser, Palmer, Ericsson, and Daniel Ricciardo finishes in last, so not a good day for Red Bull whatsoever.
And after this round of the World
17th and 22nd.
Here's how things look in the drivers' table. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, my driver of the day was Nico Hülkenberg. He did a cracking job moving through the field and just highlighting why he's so highly rated in the paddock.
The Constructors' title may already be decided, but Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
So it seems like Mercedes have already won the Constructors. They have won the Constructors with 5 races remaining. That is unbelievable. So Hamilton not wins, but he leads the championship by 25 points. That's a victories gap. Nico Rosberg in 2nd, Kimi Raikkonen in 3rd, and me in 4th, Ricciardo, then Bottas, Verstappen, Vettel, Massa, Grosjean, Button, Hülkenberg, Perez, then Sainz in 14th, Fernando Alonso, then Daniel Kvyat, Kevin Magnussen, Haryanto, then the non-point scorers Pascal Wehrlein, Jolyon Palmer, Marcus Ericsson, and Felipe Nasser. The Constructor standings, Mercedes have already won the Constructors, according to Crofty there, by 294 points. Wow. From Red Bull in 2nd, Ferrari in 3rd, Haas in 4th, Williams in 5th, Force India 6th, McLaren in 7th, Toro Rosso, Renault, Manor and Sauber. Sauber's still the only team not to score points. Hopefully they score points in some crazy race. Where would that crazy race happen? I don't know. Possibly something like Mexico where crashes happen a lot. But enough about Mexico. The Japanese Grand Prix is next in Suzuka, which should be a good race as well. Japan is usually not a bad race at all. So here are results points after the Malaysian Grand Prix. We have 126 for the the general results points, but 126 plus the 76 would give us 196, I think, to give us 1,543 resource points. Yeah, that'll give us 109, almost 200 resource points, including the first driver bonus there. So the rivalry update, we have won the rivalry against Max Verstappen after beating him massively in this race. So we have won the rivalry against Max Verstappen this time after tying it last time. So in our driver position, we have absolutely smashed everything. We are still overachieving. We're going to get that achievement on Steam for getting spend 75% of the season being rated as overachieving by my team. So our career score, we get 6,510 from our weekend, which gives us 77,316 for the season. Now, that is the end of what was a pretty good Malaysian Grand Prix. We finished in second place, our 4th podium of the season. The Japanese Grand Prix is the next race, and to confirm it is my 4th podium, there you go, in the trophy room. So, hopefully you enjoyed this Malaysian Grand Prix. The Japanese Grand Prix is next in Suzuka. See you guys on my next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell button for notifications, and goodbye.